Tommy Trials, Thomas here. So yes, you sadly did read the title correctly, and if you've been following the channel then you would have already noticed more than likely that the clones video just went up as well. I'm planning to post these essentially at the same time. But we do have to restart the series because there was an issue with the RPG overhaul mod that I was having. My game just kept crashing. There was issues. I don't know if it was a mod conflict or what, because I've got essentially the same list of mods that affect it. But the problem was I was missing the soldier stats button. And the problem with that is, as you can see for a rookie, he's got some pretty standard stats, like health of 4, aim of 65, stuff like that. As you level up, just to prove a point, as you level up in base XCOM 2, you gain stats. So in the base XCOM 2, someone who is way up there, a colonel, is going to have a ton and a half of different stats. So as you can see, just by default, his health went up to 10, his aim went up to 80, and that's before I messed with the SP. That wasn't happening. For whatever reason, they were stuck with rookie stats. I don't know why, I don't know what was going on with that, but it would have caused the game to be extra difficult, which the CX modding team has gone above and beyond to make it hard. I don't need them to have any advantages. Trust me. As happy as that would make Obelix and Mr. Shadow CX and people like that, I don't need that. So yeah. Essentially everyone was going to be stuck with rookie stats going into the late game and the middle game even, and that just couldn't happen. So what we're going to do is I'm going to walk through the steps of submitting your Space Marine again, because believe it or not, we had over 40 submissions, which was awesome. About half of you messed up the instructions. So I'm going to go through it again. I'm going to touch on things I didn't before, hopefully. And hopefully we can prevent anything like this before. Now the first difference between the clones and the Space Marines, if you've watched them both, the biggest difference is for you to submit a Space Marine, you've got to go into a save file. So the easiest thing that you can do is you can go into a save file. If you don't have a mod that skips Gatecrasher, you can use two different commands through your console. Console commands: toggle unlimited ammo, toggle unlimited actions. It makes the mission go by really fast because essentially you're cheating your way through. You just need to be in a save file. You can't do any Space Marine customization from the character pool. Now if you've used this mod at all, you would have already noticed that, but I wanted to bring it up nonetheless. So, of course you're going to pick your armor. Here's something that you can definitely do to really, really, really help me out. Do pick an armor. If you're using the unlimited or unrestricted customization mod, make sure, for the love of all that's holy, that you've picked an armor. Because if you pick Predator armor, and I know that he's missing, if you pick Predator armor, and then you customize, or Kevlar, because he'd be in the first mission, and you customize your soldier, and then you send him to me, I'm gonna put him in his veteran Space Marine armor, and it's going to make him look all wonky. So make sure that before you customize him that you've put him in his armor. His loadout doesn't matter, but his armor does. Then you can customize to your heart's content, doing whatever, you know, brings a smile to your face. And he can be your Space Marine. If my game doesn't freeze. There we go. He can be your Space Marine. So I'm just looking for a helmet that looks pretty cool. Let's pick this guy because I really like that helmet. And then, you know, do whatever you want here, name him however you want, pick the voice pack that you want. There's a Thomas's recommended mods mod list that I'll share. I will be using those mods. Anything not in that mod I might be using, maybe. But if you use mods that I'm not using in the mod list, particularly when it comes to customization, what will happen is essentially this. And since you don't want your guy to look like that, and I don't want your guy to look like that, don't do that. So you customize to your heart's content, and there are tons of customization options. Left shoulder, left forearm. If you don't have XCOM 2 and you've got a request, you can put it down in the comments of this video. I'll see if I can't rope somebody into making your request. If you had a character in the old series, I'll need you to submit it again. Just because I didn't save them to my computer. And again, with the Discord, half of them don't have pictures and stuff, and it's just a mess, and I'll touch on that in a second. So you customize your soldier to however you want him to look. I'm going to keep Toby Gordon. Then what you're going to do is you're going to stay in customize, and you're going to save the character pool. That's important. You're going to save the character pool. Now you're done in this file. You don't have to touch the save file again if you don't want to. You exit the main menu. You've got to do this in this particular order. Otherwise it messes stuff up. Because like I said, you can't make him in the character pool anyway, so you've already got to be over here, but there's going to be a couple of things that you can't do. So number one, don't open up your character. Trust me, he saved right. Do not open up your character. If you click on him, which I'm not going to do for sake of example, but if you click on him, so if, let's say your guys' name is Toby Gordon, if you click on him, there's to make sure that he looks right. When I open him up, he won't look right. It's one of the weirdest things. When I import them, I can't open them either. Or I mess up the whole thing. So I don't see them till they're in the mission. It's one of those weird things with XCOM, but this is the only workaround where customization that's connected to armor can be used. So, you've got your character, you're going to click it, then you're going to export collection. Now I'm going to create a new pool, and I'm going to call it example 3. Now, a new pool has been created. You may now export your characters to it. That does not mean that the character was exported to that character pool. The reason I bring this up is I received about 10 empty character pool bin files. Because people did that, and then they didn't actually click it one more time. Because I thought, oh, I'm done. And they went, huh? You're not done. So, once you are done, once you've created the pool, you've then got to click on it again, and then export it. Now that character pool, you can always check to see if you did it right, because if you click on the character pool again, they'll be there. If you did it wrong and you click on the character pool, it's empty. Well, that was supposed to be an example, but it'll be empty. See, he did it right, and so did he. But now you're done in the game. Now if you want, you can click on him and look at it and make sure that he looks right. Which he does. He'll look short because he's not wearing the armor. But now, I think if I click on him again, he'll be weird. See? The armor only sticks once. It's the weirdest thing. But now you're actually done with XCOM 2. Now you're going to want to open up your File Explorer. Now, I'm already here, so I'm going to back up. And I'm going to click on Documents, because that's where it goes to. And you're going to go to My Games. It's actually going to be called My Games. It's not obviously Thomas's Games. It's My Games. XCOM 2, War of the Chosen. Bring that up. XCOM Game. Character Pool. Importable. And then there is where you're going to find it. Once you've got that, you can't see my second screen, but what I did is I drug it over to that second screen. There's all those different things that are on my desktop. And you're going to pull up the Discord. Now, if you've never joined the Discord before, when you join, the link below that will always be open, a link below you can find. Once you join the Discord, it will give you this intro message. It'll ping all the moderators, which means it'll ping me, it'll ping the admins, and it'll ping the 2 moderators. And let us know that, hey, someone new joined. Usually someone will say hi. Sometimes we won't, depending on what time zone you're located in. It could be the middle of the night for us. But typically somebody will come and say hi, even if it's not a moderator. Sometimes somebody else will say hi. And you'll only see 3 rooms. You'll see Welcome, Get Roles, and Rules. Please read the rules. But you're also going to want to go to the Get Roles. Now, all this is laid out in the intro message and the roles, or the rules. Blech. But you're going to want to click on this little smiley face. That just means that you found the channel or the Discord server through my channel. Once you click on that, it will give you a role, and then you'll be able to see most of these rooms. Now, the break rooms you can't see, the welcome log you'll never be able to see, but everything else will then appear. I've got it that way because people weren't picking roles, And I've got roles so that I don't end up pinging people who are like the modders and stuff like that, who have agreed to be part of the Discord, but aren't necessarily that interested in what I'm doing. So I'm able to ping the subscribers without pinging them. Probably more info than you wanted, but moving on. Then you're going to go to the Marines Let's Try room. And it's going to be empty because I'm going to delete it and start over. But actually, Imp Trooper, you know what? He's actually done what I need. Now, I'm going to be using the RPG overhaul mod. I can't guarantee that I'm going to be able to stick to the level that you want me to stick to, just because I'm going to use, or I'm going to make the soldiers meet the role that their randomized stats allow them to meet. So if you've got better aim, I'm probably going to go towards a sniper path. If you have a terrible aim, I'm probably going to make you more of a melee and shotgun type of fella. But I'm going to use Imp Trooper here, so thank you, Imp Trooper, for doing this correctly. But you're going to go to this room. This is where this bin file is going to be important. So when you take your bin file, and I'm going to pull over my example 3 and I'm going to drop it, it's going to enable you to talk. Here's what you put. You put in trooper name. You put in... Now you hit shift and enter. Please don't put in like 14 different messages. If you hold shift and then hit enter, you can go down. If you just hit enter, it won't work. Trooper name, armor that they're wearing. So I didn't touch on this, but you can be wearing Tech Marine armor. You can be wearing Librarian armor. If you're Sister Battle, you can be wearing Sororitas armor, although that one's going to be kind of a given. And you can wear, I'm blanking, Tech Marine, Librarian, Apothecary armor, as well as Scout Marine armor. So you're going to put in the type of armor that they're wearing. And then the other important things. And then you hit enter. That will, I'm going to mark this as a spoiler. So you're going to put in the trooper name, you're going to put in the armor, there's the bin file, and then you will post a picture. Now I didn't touch on this, but F12 takes a picture. And that's the easiest way to do it. That's the highest quality picture that you can get, is by pressing F12. Now if you've got a laptop, a lot of times the F keys have another function built in. There should be an FN key on your keyboard. If you hold FN and then hit F12, your F12 will now work as the F12 key, and it will take a screenshot. If you hit F11 by mistake, it actually puts your game into windowed mode, which is just a little bit of trivia that you probably didn't care about. That being said, you'll take a screenshot, then if you go to your Steam library, you scroll down, you hit View, Screenshot Library, Show on Disk, and if you actually click the one, it'll actually highlight it, which I just took that picture, and then you will take that picture, or pictures, just as Imp Trooper has done. Now he didn't put in the armor and stuff like that, and put the pictures. The reason being is sometimes, you know, either because you didn't do the steps right, or XCOM 2 is glitching out on you, you've got to do these steps. That gives us the ultimate, or the utmost chances of getting this correct. It's a little more complicated than the clones, where you get to create the clone in the character pool, you export it, you put it in the clones, let's try submissions, and you're kind of done, essentially, except for putting the name. This, we need the trooper name, and we need the armor. And then the bin file. So you're going to trooper name and armor, bin file, picture. That gives me the best chance of getting it correct. Because a lot of times people didn't name their bin file the name of their character, which means I didn't know who submitted who. So if the character didn't look correct, so if I go back up here, and I use this actually in the cloned Let's Try submission video as well as a kind of a case in point, but if I go up to this, which just as a proof, he fixed it. He redid it for me. Bless him. But here's an example. I can't search for the names of the bin files, and he put the names of them, so it was very helpful. He put the name in the bin file, so that's actually not the best example. I need a worse example. Ah. Here we go. Not that Math did anything wrong, by the way, or even here's my Crimson Fist guy. they didn't do anything wrong. They did exactly what I told them to do in the first submissions video, so I don't want anyone to rip on them. They did exactly what I asked. But here's my Crimson Fist guy, Crucible.bin, and the guy's name is not either of those, and it's not the name of the Discord user. And when there's 40 people submitting, I download them all, I import them all at once. I have no idea who belongs to who, and it can create a mess. I guess I could go one by one, but then it would take me a couple of hours just to submit the characters, which I could do, but this, adding a couple extra steps here and adding all the details here enables me to not have to do that, and it doesn't take a whole lot of extra time from you either, which is really, really cool. But yeah, that's it, and then just watch the series. So again, if you submitted a character, we'll just need you to resubmit it, because I'm going to get rid of those rooms, and half the people don't have anything connected to them anyways. So again, you'll save your character, so you'll go into a campaign, you'll save your character to the character pool. He will then show up in your character pool. Do not click on him, click on the checkbox, but don't click on him or her, because you'll mess it up, because you don't want this to happen. You don't want that. So you'll click on the box next to them, you'll export the selection to your character pool file name, I don't care what you call it. You'll then open up your Explorer, you'll go to Documents, My Games, XCOM 2 Were the Chosen, XCOM Game, Character Pool, Importable. You'll take the bin file, you'll drag that bin file into your Marines Let's Try submissions room that you have found in the Discord server. You'll type in the blah 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 with the trooper name and the armor. You'll then click upload. Then you will take pictures that you've already taken, because creepy. You'll take pictures that you've already taken, because you would have had to have taken those pictures in the campaign. You'll take those pictures that you've already taken by pressing F12, cancel, by pressing F12 to take that screenshot, and then you will post that screenshot underneath. That gives us the best chances to not mess stuff up. Here's a really good case for you. Who was it? Quickblade. That's all I remember. It was Quickblade. Where are you, Quickblade? Are you Quickblade? No, you're the question mark guy. Quickblade! Quickblade! Die! Quickblade! Here he is. I think that was Quickblade. Hey, look at this guy. He had it. Now he's not even part of the server anymore. Oh, why'd you leave me? Gave me the name, gave me the preferred role, preferable upgrades is the assault path, that's fine. He even told me the voice, told me the armor, told me the name, gave me a picture, made a cool little poster. You know what, I'm keeping yours. And he did me the favor of even naming his bin file after his Discord username, bless him. So I'm going to download that again, just so I don't lose it. I used this as examples in the last video, actually. This is really a good template for what you should look like. You don't have to give me all these details, but it helps. It really, really helps. Name, armor is all I really need. If you want to give me a preferable role, preferable upgrades, and the voice, do that too. Then the bin file, as you can see, he managed to do this all as one. So if I were to click delete, I would delete this whole thing, because he put it all as one post. I don't want 12 different lines of text. And then him. You'll put the character's bio in the character itself, so you just do that under bio. And then you're done. I will take it, I'll import it. If in campaign the character looks funky, I will then have a good enough reference that I can mirror it very well. The reason I don't just have you give me the picture and nothing else is because, again, that would take forever, and if you've already got the character designed, it's way easier to do it this way. So yes, please like the video if you enjoyed it. I'm sorry that we've got to start over, but this gives people who maybe missed the submissions a chance to do it again. Once you've submitted one character and the series has started, this is a little different from the clones, because the clones I don't think will have a problem, because I made about 50 extra characters. Before the Space Marines, again, if you've submitted a character, we need you to submit another one. Secondly, once the series starts, So once the series starts, the game will have already pulled a pool that it's going to work with. And then it'll go back to the pool and pull ones it hasn't pulled before. But once the game is started, and we've got our starting lineup, and you've seen the first part, you can then make more characters if you want, post them in the same fashion. So the best way that I can tell you to post multiple characters, if you've got more than one, I'm going to use someone else as an example. Zechevich, however he likes it to be pronounced, gives a good option here. Name, armor, recommended voice, picture. 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 Name, picture, and picture. He did a very, very, excuse me, he did a very, very good job. Not a lot of info. It didn't probably take him that long to type it out. He did these for commenters over on the YouTube channel. So I'm very much may see if he is willing to do this again for those of you who do not own XCOM 2. But name, armor, chapter. That's not as important because, to be completely honest, the one thing that carries over very, very well in the import, even if nothing else works, the chapter always sticks because it's the nationality and that's not connected to the armor. But that's a very, very good way of doing it. Name, armor, picture. And then we'll get you put in. So, because I remember Hades O'Neill came through a little wonky looking, but I was able to take this picture. This picture told me everything that I needed to know. The other thing is, if you get the, if you've got the console enabled, which you can Google how to enable, it's very easy, and you hit UI toggle, it helps if you can spell, UI toggle visibility, it makes the UI go away. I can make a better example of this. Let's pick flies. And then you can take a picture. That's how he was taking the picture with no UI. Anyway, hopefully you found this video super informative. I went into painful detail. If you already knew how it worked, then I'm sorry that you had to sit through all of this. I'm going to put on the channel, I'm going to put what we need. We need the name, we've got the armor, and then we'll need the bin. And I'm going to put that over here as well, what we'll need for the clones. But so you can reference that as well if you forget what exactly all the info that I needed. But yeah, please like the video if you enjoyed it. Please subscribe if you want to see more, of course. Like the video, share it with your friends. We want as many submissions as possible. I want people to be sitting on the edge of their seats wondering when their character is going to show up, because I think that's really cool. I've been on the other end of that before, wondering when my character was going to show up and then being really upset when my character died. But I think that it enables, it's something within XCOM that I'm aware of no other games really enable us to be able to do, is that we can have that working together. And all I know is that Jake Derpy, at least that's his Discord name, has Crusader in both of the series, and I loved how active that he was on both the, mainly on the YouTube videos, because he would always comment and, yeah, you don't forget that my guy was captured and stuff like that. So yeah, big thanks to him, big shout out to him. And what we may also do as well is the character that I like the most, the best Space Marine character with the coolest bio. Okay, so the coolest Space Marine with the coolest bio will get a poster. I'll make a poster within the game, and that poster will be favorited, which is typically something that is reserved for soldiers that have died. But if it's favorited, that means it's much more likely to show up on the map. That also means that that character will have a reserved spot in the playthrough. So I'm going to be doing that for the clones as well, because I didn't mention it for the clones, so it'll just be in the description for the clones. But like I said, the Space Marine with the coolest look and the coolest bio. So that's two factors that we'll take into account. I will take those, and it's going to be completely subjective on my own eyes and my own brain reading the bio. But the coolest biography with the coolest look gets a poster that will be favorited within XCOM 2, which means a poster of your guys way more likely to appear on the maps. So yeah, And if there's ties, then we'll do more than one. So it's not like, well, I might as well not even try, because my guy might not be as... You never know. Like I said, totally subjective. But until next time, guys, Jake Hardy.